All right. So we're going to talk about billing, and there's several different types of billing. There's billing against a service ticket. There's line-by-line billing for projects. There's also progress billing for projects. And then we also have a auto billing functionality for maintenance contracts. And then for our high volume billing, we've got like Muzak billing where you can bill thousands of invoices through our auto billing system as well. Okay. For this purposes, I'm going to go ahead and generate a couple different invoices, a service ticket invoice and then a line-by-line invoice with lump sum billing as well. And then we'll also demonstrate sending this over to the accounting package as well. Okay, so this is the notification screen, which was a message sent to the billing person saying there's an invoice to do. Now the fact of the matter is this is just a portion. In the large picture, you can go to list and status and track all the invoices to do right here. And so as projects move down from work to do or service tickets, they would appear in this invoice to do status. And you see here we have the same two invoices that we're about to demonstrate. Okay, bring up the billing menu. And then we can use this little activity screen as our work to do list to generate our invoices from, like so. Notice we have the invoice date. So I can backdate this if I need to. We have an invoice summary for all the invoices that have been generated for this period or the last period, etc. And there's several other reports that are available through the billing system. So we're going to generate an invoice. We go ahead and select the project number like so, and then we go ahead and start the invoice like this. Okay. And then this brings up the billing address like so, and this supports third-party billing. So this could be a management company or a school and school board. All of that functionality is possible through our system. Okay. And then we got to set our commission list like so. We can do line-by-line billing, so I can just say select all these items. Notice these have been allocated from stock, so from when the service ticket was created, the items were allocated and then we have no more inventory left. And I can just press the auto key and select the items, and just that fast, I've just selected the items. So we have an $1,800 service ticket, an $1,800 invoice just like this, and we exit the project like so. We can view the invoice before we lock it in like so, and generate our invoice just like that. Okay, we like the invoice. Yep, we're happy with that. And then we say, can go ahead and build the invoice. And then notice it changes the status of this job to completed jobs, okay, because it's a service ticket and it's completed, okay? And notice it's set up the export to our accounting package right here. So when we send dollars to accounting, we're going to send this to the accounting system, okay? And one more little thing about that service ticket. When I come down here to print service ticket right here, and I say email this service ticket to my customer, notice what it did. It sent out the invoice, but it also sent a copy of the work order from TPS Mobile where the customer signed off on this invoice. So if I say view attachments right here, we have two attachments right there. We have the signed work order from the field, and then we have the invoice itself. So both of these documents are going out at the same time to the customer automatically. Okay, so now let's do the next invoice. Like so. Cancel this. Come down here. And now we're going to invoice our project. Again, we can backdate the invoice if we have to. Start our invoice like so. Okay. Confirms our billing address as we talked about before. Okay. And now we're sitting here and we can invoice these items. Okay. So if I want to invoice these items like so, I can press the F3 key and select the items just like that. So I just selected the items. Okay. And then I come down here, select the item, select, select. You'll notice it's not selecting the full quantity because we have not received them in. It's only selected the 25 of the 50 that we actually have to come in. Now, if I'm working with an electrical and I want to bill that even though it hasn't come in, I have a control function where I can bill that guy like so. And so it's going to put it onto the invoice, but it went negative there because our inventory went negative because we just invoiced negatively against our inventory system, but we're generating the bill. Okay, so this would be an example, back to top, of line-by-line billing that we want to send the customer. Now, another thing we can do is progress billing. We can use a deposit. We can take a deposit against the project, or we can bill a portion of our labor. So I'm going to go down to the bottom of the job, and I'm just going to add a progress billing line for some labor. So again, we're at $6,000. I'm just going to add another $2,000 against our project for progress billing. Come over here. We're going to say yes, progress billing like so. And then we're going to say DOVEDEPOSID, deposit. And we can say progress billing like so for labor, whatever we want to say. And we just enter the amount that we want to bill the customer like so. Okay. And so now we've got an $8,000 invoice against $11,000 project. Okay. Come over here to this guy like so. And so now we see we've got our hardware portion, we've got our labor portion, and then when we view the invoice before we lock it in, like so, and notice what we've got there, we have our hardware selected and then our labor like so. Okay? And then we say process line by line, and it's prompted, do we want to process our inventory? We're going to process our inventory like so. Now the project is not finished because we're missing parts. We put this back in waiting parts like this. Okay, but then it did create the export to our accounting system like so. So now, as far as sending the data to the accounting system, there's lots of different accounting systems that we support. In this particular configuration, I'm set up to go to QuickBooks, which is about half of our customers. But we also support Peachtree or Sage 50, Sage 100, 200, 500, and 300 as well. The former names would be ACPAC, Timberline, Mass 90, etc. So we support all of those different exports, MYOB, Data Pro, and several others. So when we want to send the data to the accounting package, we just click on this. In this case, I'm going to send out to QuickBooks in this example here, like so. And then we can go ahead and bring QuickBooks up like this, and we would do File, Utilities, Import, .iif, like so. And it's going to pick up our appropriately formatted file right there, and that's where we bring in the invoice data. Notice also accounts payable comes in as well, so we have two output files here that are available for us. Click over there, and now our data is inside QuickBooks just that fast. And now we can come down here to Customer, Create Invoice, like so. And if we go back, there is that invoice we just did, and there's our service ticket invoice. This is our service ticket invoice for $1,800 sitting inside QuickBooks as if we created it in QuickBooks. There's our $8,000 invoice as if we created it inside QuickBooks as well. Now you can apply your cash to QuickBooks as you normally would, take your discounts, etc. All those things apply through the QuickBooks interface or the other accounting packages. You don't lose anything by using Project System in front of your accounting package. In fact, you gain a whole lot more because we're doing a whole lot more than you would normally be able to do with your accounting system. And there you go. That is billing and exporting to accounting. In the next video, we're going to talk about just a little bit of a wrap-up.